Yep. So I'm sure everyone's well aware by now, but
Oh God. Well, if you're not, then you're under a rock.
there is a mass pandemic, and with that mass pandemic comes mass hysteria.
That's a fact.
So things are shutting down due to the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. I was sent home from work and told to work from home with no end date in sight. Last night, uh, we needed two things, two small items to be picked up from the grocery store for dinner. So I get off work like 3:30, like normal, and I head down to Wegmans, and I'm driving by. I'm at the intersection that turns into Wegmans, and I'm just looking over, and there are like zero parking spots. Everyone in the fucking county is at Wegmans, and so I pull in. I gotta park way out in the middle of nowhere. So I park, and then I walk in, and there are just people darting left, right, picking up this, picking up that, going to the register, like not. Oh my god! And so, uh, I get my two things, and then I'm just like walking around, just like looking, just to see like what's missing, what's going on.
Mhm.
And there is literally no toilet paper, none,
I was just gonna say, dude, toilet paper's probably
none,
gone.
none. So, but they are selling paper towels, and people almost probably every other cart, so 50% of carts had one of these big old freaking 18 packs of paper towels in their carts. And I'm just like looking at these people like, why? I don't understand the toilet paper thing. Like, how much toilet paper do you use? We go through like a roll a month here because I shit at work, and that's it. So we don't use toilet paper, but so and we already have a bunch like saved up. We've got like 16 rolls in the bathroom right now. So I don't understand what the big deal is about the toilet paper. Do you know anything about that? Like why? I don't understand. I do not.
Uh, yeah, I don't. I mean, unless they're using it for like to like wipe up other shit other than their own ass, but
Because I mean, think about it.
I have no
Think
idea.
about it. If you're this is not going to happen, but if you're trapped in your home, what do you need most? You need food and you need
Food,
water.
water,
And that's it. Where does toilet paper rank
not
on the list of necessities?
not super
Like
high.
if you're
Like if I was on a shipwreck and trying to grab shit to go into a life vest or like a life raft, toilet paper is not on that fucking
no, it's
list.
not. And so it just blows my mind that all
The
ac-
ship's going down.
all
Grab the
across the
panties.
country you cannot go into a store and find toilet paper. I do not understand it, and I think it's dumb, and people don't have the right priorities.
I mean, if shit's going down and toilet paper is the highest worry that you have, I think things are going pretty well.
I mean, like, okay, think about it. So, say, oh my God, you run out of toilet paper. Well, you got washcloths, you got a shower, you
I
shit
was
your
just gonna say you
pants.
gotta.
Just go take a shower. You're not going to work anyway,
It's like who you gotta impress. Like,
right?
sit in it for a while, whatever. I don't care.
No, it's just so dumb. And like, so one thing I want to talk about is I listened to this guy who's a epidemiologist, so he studies like outbreaks and germs essentially. Um,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how This isn't like the virus itself isn't inherently gonna cause the apocalypse.
Okay.
It's how people react to it and how people don't react to it. So we as a society have known that something like this could happen, but every time something does happen like this, we say, "Oh God, this such a tragedy," but we don't prepare for the next time. So this guy was talking about how it would be very easy to have a just like a because there's many different kinds of uh, COVID virus.
Well, yeah, isn't coronavirus just like the root virus, and then there's just a bunch of different mutations of it?
Yeah, there's different kinds. So he was talking about how you could have had a blanket uh, injection that would potentially maybe only save like 50% of people who are in life-threatening condition, but that's still 50 more percent than zero, which we have right now. But nobody
Yeah.
thinks about that, and nobody prepares about it except for a small number of people, and then they bring up these ideas to policymakers or to community leaders, and they're just like, oh no, it's not going to happen, or it's not going to spread from China or Asia to here. It's not. There's no way it could be a worldwide global pandemic, but obviously it can be, and it has before. So like we like as a society, we don't learn from our mistakes. We don't prepare. One example the guy gave was that in saline bags, there was a worldwide shortage of saline bags and saline after Hurricane Maria, I believe, the one that hit Puerto Rico, and that was
Okay.
because the vast majority of production of saline and saline bags is in Puerto Rico. So the people knew that. They knew that, and when you have one localized concentration of something, if that there's no redundancy. So if that one thing gets taken out, that's it.
You're all
That's
screwed.
it, right? So, and also most of our vaccines currently are being produced in China. China's hit arguably the most widespread of this coronavirus, and so there's going to be, if not there already is, a worldwide shortage of vaccines for all sorts of different illnesses. But we don't learn from that, and we don't produce our own, so we are relying on another country for part of our. You can consider it national security, pretty much,
Yeah.
because if you're not able to have a healthy populace, that's a serious security risk, and we don't do anything about it. So I don't know. It's just like the virus itself isn't that big of a deal unless you're 55 years old or older and have some other pre-existing condition like obesity, or you're a smoker, or high blood pressure, or cholesterol, whatever. So the rest
Mhm.
of the world, it's just like the regular flu. So it's really not that big of a deal, but the way that we handle it
I feel.
is the bigger problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I feel like people also misdiagnose or misinterpret. Like, it's spring, people are getting sick. Like, yes, like that is a common thing. So like, I feel like someone now that could be sick with just something normal, completely normal, might be just like tweaking balls and just be like, oh well, shit, this could be the fucking corona. Like that could give people that could make people more sick. The stress anxiety is not going to help
Right,
out with anything like that. God damn.
right, and also like what I don't understand is how this is different than any other flu season, because like there's millions of cases of flu in the United States alone every single year, and there's no big panic. I'm not having to work from home every year because of the regular just influenza.
Yeah,
So I
right.
don't understand why this is different. Maybe because there isn't a successful vaccine currently. Um,
And that's pretty scary for people. Well, the word virus is very scary for people, and knowing that there is no like sure cut cure and or like straight up diagnoses for it is very very scary to think about. Regardless if it's like killing people like Ebola, but
mm,
it's still very scary to think about knowing that there is a virus that could you could potentially get and not really know.
yeah, yeah. I guess so. You mentioned Ebola. The one thing about Ebola is it's like 100% mortality rate.
Oh yeah, no,
You
you're
get
fucked.
it, you die, but it kills
Yeah.
you very quickly, so it doesn't have that much time to spread. However,
Hmm.
one thing that's different between Ebola and COVID-19 coronavirus is that you can be contagious but not be symptomatic. So you don't even know that
Hmm.
you're sick or contagious, but you've been spreading it around for 5 days. I think is what it is. That's when you usually show signs is 5 days, but you're contagious that whole time before
Oh
you
shit.
before you become symptomatic.
Damn. I don't know. I've that's just it's just fucking it's weird being like so like I'm on campus now
Yeah.
and like it's weird there's like nothing. Like spring break was supposed to end this week. We've got another week of spring break and then we have online classes till April 6th. That's like a whole month
Yeah.
that I've been out of school. Like in like normally schools like don't close.
Yeah.
Like I've and we're gonna have to talk about trying to take online classes and I really don't know how it's gonna work in some of my classes because it's there's like not really like work for us to be doing online. Like we have to be like face to face like talking about stuff.
Yeah. There's so I'm having to work remotely. Um
Hmm.
a lot of companies are doing the same thing in the area or throughout the state really. All of the schools, like college schools, are having people do. They're transitioning everything to online, um, and schools are closing. At least I know one guy that I work with. His kid is home from school Monday and Tuesday at least, but that may continue forward.
Hmm.
So and then like the NBA canceled their
Yeah, March
season.
Madness.
Or yeah, March Madness is gonna have games without fans.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I'm in. I
MLB
work
too.
for the yeah. That's what the newspaper like. That's what a big like. So part of the Northern Star like that's a big part is like the
Yeah.
sports, and so like we like we're having to like talk about like what the hell are we going to do with like the paper
Mm-hmm.
now because it's like there's nothing going to be going on.
Yeah.
This is so crazy. Oh my
Yeah. I heard one thing yesterday. It was so like the stock market is down to I think like 21,000 points in the. Oh God, I can't remember what which one it is. I don't follow stocks that much, but
god.
it was
Neither.
in 21,000 it was at 21,000 points. And when Obama left office, it was at 20,000 points. So it was up like crazy high, like 50,000 at one point, and it's lost all of that, almost back down to
Wow.
yeah where it was 4 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. All this incredible growth over the past 4 years just gone, in a couple days, which is
Just
crazy.
wow. Wow.
And it's just because like everything, all the supply lines and supply chains are all shut down,
Mhm.
and investors are scared to invest and take risks. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how like the economy is going to bounce back. I know that federally there was uh they talked about having a payroll tax reduction. So like federal taxes would just be exempt kind of for like the next couple months or something like that. So instead of getting say like $150 out of every paycheck taken out for federal income tax, you would actually receive that money instead. So you would have an extra $150 a paycheck, so $300 a month to
Yeah.
spend or do whatever you want with to stimulate the economy a little bit.
I mean, I think that'd be a good idea, but at the same time, it's just like you gotta wait. We gotta wait for this shit to blow over. Gotta wait for Corona to be gone because nobody's gonna be spending money.
It's not going to be gone for a long time. This is the very, very, very beginning of the infection spread in the United States. The estimates that I've seen was for it to be like totally died down like 6 months. The height of it in like 3 months from now, unless like some drastic steps are taken, which kind of are right now with everybody being sent home from work. So you're limiting your social exposure, you're limiting your contagion potential, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So that might reel it back, but I mean, everybody goes out. You got to go to the gas station. You got
to run into somebody eventually.
Right, you're right. You're gonna see people, but yeah, large groups are systematically being disbanded to prevent this virus from spreading.
Well, that's a good. I mean, I think that we are actually learning as a species to kind of protect ourselves and stop having festivals and stop having mass meetings of fucking people. Whereas, like, we could have another goddamn bubonic plague and fucking people just be like, whatever. So and so just died. He's keeling over in the street. Fuck it. We'll just roll him over. He'll be fine. So like think about that shit. What if God forbid, what if this turns out to be something like that? And like, I mean, I just hope the fuck that we survive because I mean, after the Black Plague, it was the goddamn Renaissance. So I think that'd be kind of dope. But I hope the fuck that this shit doesn't happen. Just a third of human civilization, humanity, just gone.
Yeah. Well, something that I thought was really interesting. You mentioned the bubonic plague. That spread was really unnecessary. They thought that, well, they didn't know any better, but they thought that it was caused by like freaking like witches and like black magic and shit like that. They didn't know.
Voodoo, black magic, evil motherfucker.
They didn't know what was really causing it. But then somebody, I can't remember the name of the person, but they began to like profile who was getting it, where, or when they became sick, where they visited, and they then through that systematic like diagnosis of or profiling of the people who contracted the disease, that's how they determined that it was spread through rodents and there's two forms. I know the rodents was a big one, but anyway, that's how they determined that it was spread by that, was by profiling the people that were getting the disease. And so what if they did the same thing here and like profiled like what did the people eat? What did they go to? The people that are dying, that is. What are they eating? What are they doing? Where, are they smokers? Do they have high blood pressure? Or are they, are they exercising regularly? What's like everything about their life, so you can really determine who's the most vulnerable population.
I think that'd be a good step forwards. I mean, I don't know why it's not already being done, but at the same time, I also heard that like China still hasn't released all of the records about who's actually sick or not sick or dying.
Well, probably not. And I think that conspiracy that it was like a bioweapon released from that thing, and
I heard about
that military place. That's totally unfounded and pretty ridiculous. That's just a coincidence, and people just jump at the opportunity to freaking blame China for something. But
Yeah. I, I don't know. I saw some scary ass shit on Twitter
oh,
about
sure,
goddamn China
I'm
though.
sure.
Like just like vans like driving down the street, just like blowing fucking smoke that's supposed to like help or something. I don't know. There's some wild. See, like it's kind of interesting though, because like whenever this shit happens, because like there's the most like real looking apocalyptic shit on the
Oh
internet,
yeah,
and it looks like so real,
yeah.
and it's like kind of sketchy, but it's like damn, like
So what's
what if this is real?
what's funny about that? I don't know about the pictures that you've seen, but I
Hmm.
know that in other instances there have been um, photos and headlines that have been circulated about certain events, and they were from the past. So like 5 years ago,
No, I
five
believe that.
years ago, there was a photo of somebody doing something and it looked sketchy as fuck, and then some event happens, and then somebody sees this photo from 5 years ago and says, "Oh my God, they're doing this now," and it's just
Hmm.
then like nobody thinks, they just like click and forward, click and retweet. It's just
It's on the
right,
internet, man. It's real.
right. The internet is a dark, dark place. So,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
yeah, that I think that's about all we got to say about the coronavirus. But
Yeah.
just make sure you wash.
Stay
Right,
safe. Wash
right.
your
Wash your
hands.
hands and don't just. I mean, you're probably fine unless you're 55 years or older and have some kind of pre-existing condition. So,
Don't be licking the windows.
yeah. All right, and that's that.